Lim. Albert is a graduate in Bachelor of Science degree from NUS, National University of Singapore. And also he holds MBA from Australia. Albert has a strong interest in how our body function healthily and naturally. So he believes in lifestyle balance and natural healing in life. Let's welcome Albert Lim. Thank you very much.
Hi everyone. Good to see all of you here tonight. Welcome. And thank you for taking time off. All right. Precious time to spend time listening to ourselves here, our testimonies. First part will be our theory, right? And then also for some of you here, maybe the last bit on the business aspect of it. But of course, about going further, and the most important thing is still, drinking and feeling that we have, right, the effects of the water on Earth, all right, regardless of whatever you're taking now, all right, your supplements, your therapies, or whatever. Okay, so hopefully, okay, this water, all right, will be very good on you. Yeah? So, right. Sorry, I got some of you. So the first part, without further ado, I will go on to this the theory part. Right? We'll share screen with you. So the first part, the theory part of things. So what is terahertz water? I think if you have been following the last two sessions, especially last week, we have Dr. Gan even telling you a bit more of his findings, right, of this terahertz water, especially his research, right, on terahertz water and being energized, easy water, and so on. Right? Well, of course, that is more theoretical, but nevertheless, it does tell us that water, as it is, okay, part of the three elements of this life, right? So water is comprised of one of the three elements. Very good for us. Without water, guess how long we can survive? Maybe minutes or whatever. Very minutes of you. All right. So air, as we know, we can't survive long without air. Maybe minutes, half an hour, going to diving or whatever. Food, as you know, we don't have food. Some of you have gone for some fasting and so on. It can still last for weeks even. Right. So water is the source of life. On average, it will comprise at least 70% of our body. Yeah. So of course, you may say some parts like our skin and nails may not need much water, but nevertheless, it still requires water. Like for me, for example, my skin tend to dry up over time, just like the chong. We're all into almost 60 or early 60s already, right? So certain parts of our skin and hair will be the telling effects, but still they'll need water, maybe less than 70%. Yeah. So on average, our percentage of water, right, will go down over age. Yeah? So from infant, more than 75%, 3/4, up to male, my age or even older, around 60%. Yeah. And the water in our body will affect our daily life. Right. So even if as I'm talking to you, all right, this water is important for us to speak. So it is an important macronutrient, right? So it comprises of 50 to 80% of the body composition, and it's also serve as a solvent. Solvent means all the food, all the waste material can be carried around, and it's in cell metabolism. For some of you will understand what is metabolism. Metabolism is just like an engine, right? So engine, car burning, right, fuel, Right? So our body, every cell.
Thank you, Chan.
You want to? What happened? Sorry, I got to mute you, perhaps. Okay, so this water will actually get us to let the cell burn up the fuel of food more readily. Yeah. If we lose more than 20% of water, then our normal activities will not take place regularly. All right. And then how do we lose our body's fluids every day? Through respiration, right? Through our urine and through our breath, even breathing. Yeah? We breathe out, a lot of water vapor comes up. Okay, so on average every day, you got to renew it, you got to replace this water 4 to 6%. Yeah? Okay, for young children might be even more than 15%. Yeah? Now some of you might be from overseas. I noticed there's one person here from Cambodia, even, right? Welcome. So what's in our tap water? I do not know about the tap water overseas, yeah, but as far as Singapore is concerned, you find that yes, this water is relatively pure. But of course, I'll still advocate having a filter and so on, because there are things inside here, inside the water, could be poisonous to us. Think about arsenic, mercury, think about chloroform, aren't they poisonous? So some of these are poisonous. Fecal matter will be our body waste, so it's bad for us. Right? Parasites even. Of course, you take a risk if you drink straight from the tap. Yeah. Here we have two scientists here, Peter Egger, Roderick McKinnon. So they actually got the Nobel Prize in Chemistry in 2003. So to sum up, what they discovered was there's actually water channels, okay, in the cell. You can't see it from naked eye, but that small channel which water can go through. Yeah. And so through that study, they will know that how the cells actually take in the water. The cells are just like little building blocks in our body, small, a break. Yeah. Sorry, got to mute you up. Sorry. So if you close up, you can see that actually there are channels, right? Water channels in each and every cell in the membrane. Membrane is just like our skin. So every cell has got skin. Just think of like every ball in our body. So water will actually pass through. But the thing is, there are naturally occurring water with molecules which may actually clump together, so cluster together. So it's hard to pass through the channels. So that is the discovery here. And from prolonged lack of water, some of you say, oh, I don't have the habit. Anyone here don't have the habit of drinking water every day? Maybe, sorry, I got to mute some of you here. Who is that? Can't really mute you. Anyway, yeah. So with this lack of water, so you say I've been drinking, so now I love to drink this water. For me, I love to drink this water because I've been drinking this since like what Mr. Chong said, March or April at the time. Yeah. So, but for some of you first time here, maybe you say I don't really like to drink water. Maybe it's not convenient. I have to go to the toilet. But through prolonged lack of water, what happened? So you find that you have all these issues coming up. High blood pressure. How many of you have got some of these issues? Hyperglycemia, it means high sugar level in your blood. Yeah. And hyperlipidemia, so that means there's a lot of fats, or lipids are fats. The blood contains a lot of oil. And then all this will also result in hair loss, constipation. Constipation means what? It means you have the issue of, going to the toilet and staying there for a long time in the mornings, for example. And you lead to obesity, putting on weight. Anyone here got issue with weight? problem. And then also insomnia, you can't really sleep well at night. And then being forgetful, yeah. And also some of this may also lead to a fatigue. Fatigue means tiredness, yeah, drowsy, and so on. So these are actually through like a water over time. Yeah. So that caused the question. So what is our blood circulatory system doing to enhance our everyday living? So actually, everybody here has got a heart, and the heart is like a pump, pumping the blood around. So actually, there are two systems here. There's one to the lungs, the pulmonary, and then that is to get the blood to be oxygenated, where there's exchange of gases, and then our carbon dioxide will be released, right, when you expire out, and then when you take in the oxygen from the lungs, and then from there, the oxygenated blood is pumped, right, through the aortic system or the arteries. So the arteries pump the blood around to supply the oxygenated blood to the rest of the body. And from there, it is used up, right? And then transported back by the veins, venous system. So it may seem complex, but whatever it is for our good. This whole system, we do not tell our heart to move, but it will pump by itself. And then we get the energy from there. And the waste materials will be excreted out. Okay. So the smoother the blood flow, right, then you have less waste, right? And then our metabolic rate will be better. Metabolic rate, metabolism, think of it as like a car engine, like a furnace, burning of the fuel to supply energy to our bodies. And then the blood also won't be sticky. The viscous or viscosity is an indication of how sticky it is. Sorry, got mute. Here we have this scientist here, Dr. Faridun, my colleague. So he actually discovered the healing powers of water. And then, of course, you may say, how did he do it? Actually, he was serving a jail term, prisoner, with fellow prisoners in Iran. Iran, you know where is it, right? In the Middle East. Right. So at that time, a lot of prisoners, and of course, without food, regular food, and so on. Okay, and then we got a lot of stress. We get all this ulcer problem. Anyone know people with ulcer or stomach or gastric problem there? And then may have internal, bleeding on this. So just by drinking water, and then he discovered that hundreds and thousands of people, suffering from all these pains and diseases can be healed. So he has got this book here. Do take a minute or two to get our hands on it. The body's many cries for water. Right? We're not sick, we're only thirsty. And Rubens here, another German physicist, he actually made some discovery in the field of quantum theory on black body radiation. Right? So, and also the development of Rubens tube. Right? So you will say, well, what has it got to do with our water? Look at the next slide. So basically, there's such a thing called terahertz. Those are you first time here. Terahertz is one of the wave frequency units. So it's just like, light is also a wave. It's one of the wave. You can't see it, but it's there. Invisible. It's a special electromagnetic wave. So the wavelength is around 1 mm to 100 microamp. All right. So that is called terahertz wave. And besides the wavelength, we also have the frequency, where it vibrates. All right. So it's quite high frequency. It's 1 terahertz, which is 10 to the power 12. So imagine 12 zeros. All right. So it's in between. All right. Some of you can't really feel it, but it's in between microwave and infrared. Yeah. Okay. So some of you will say, oh well. So how has it got to do with our daily living? Who discovered it? Yeah. So it's actually discovered more than 10 years ago, 15 years ago, to be exact. US government already knew about this, all right? named it as one of the top 10 technologies that will change the future world. And China ranked this terahertz technology as one of the first of the 10 key strategic goals of the national pillar. Right? And so, of course, it's actually filtered down from the other users elsewhere. Yeah? It means in the field of screening, pharmaceutical, dentistry, communications, and so on. Right? So, astronomy, even imaging. So it's actually from all these other fields. And then we discovered that it can also be used to transform water. Yeah? So it's just like X-ray, you can see using this terahertz. Okay. So what is good water and healthy water? So it's water that allows the cells to absorb quickly, accelerate the metabolism, increase the cell vitality. Right. So of course, as simple as just using this terahertz wave. So you will treat it and then make the cell resonate and then activate the cells. All right. So in other words, we call it the wave of life. So these are the properties that follows the treatment with the terahertz device. So you end up with low viscosity, the water is less sticky, anti-radiation, and then antibacterial or anti-germ, antioxidation, and then also a linear lineup of the water molecules. I'll explain this again for those first time here. But this is the jug-looking stuff, like jar. On top is the device that will actually treat. You can press this button and it will blink for 3 minutes, and thereafter the water is treated. As simple as that. So these are some of the test sample results. So basically, for normal water, or especially filtered water, the pH after treatment will be around 7.1. Yeah, and E. coli, all right, that means bacteria, okay, will be reduced by almost 80%. Then this the water molecules itself, or you can't see it in the naked eye, but the water molecule itself will turn into a linear structure, right? And then in terms of nanotechnology, it is able to go through easily. Then there's also treatment of fungus, all right, and reduce the fungus by almost 80%. Some of you may say, I have itchy skin or whatever, athlete's foot. Yeah? So it helps, yeah. And then of course, you may say, oh, this is radiation, what? It's a good type, huh? So you actually take away the harmful kinds of radiation, the ionizing type, yeah, that can cause cancer. And the viscosity of water will be reduced by almost 700 times, 680 times. Right? So this one, you can't really see it, but we can, when I drink this water, like now I'm talking to you, I find it easier to swallow, and then it doesn't get stuffed up in your stomach. Okay, unlike normal water, you drink half a cup, I feel very full, but this one goes right through. And then of course, antioxidant effect, which is caused by exposure to a lot of sunlight. Some of you are working late and so on, taking coffee or drinking whatever, alcohol. So a lot of free radicals are released, but with this water, all right, it will get rid of all this, or reduce most of the free radicals that will cause aging and so on. Yeah. So the 3A, basically antibacterial, anti-germ, antioxidant, which gets rid of the the free radicals, and then anti-radiation, especially the harmful radiation. So also because of the low frequency, all right, resonant frequency. Resonant frequency, think of it as like the vibration, yeah, together. And some of you are do music, like tuning fork, ding, okay, together. So the resonating with the cells, yeah. You can't see the naked eye though, huh? And then of course, there's low viscosity, the water is less sticky. Yeah? 680 times lower than the normal water. So this diagram will give you a clearer picture, a single linear lineup. Ordinary polymeric water molecules line up into a linear water molecule. So basically this water becomes structured. Yeah. So our normal drinking water is unstructured. Yeah? So just by treating with the Schumann generator, sounds very deep on the word, but you can see this device I have in my hand. So it will emit the terahertz wave from here. Yeah? All right. Just by 3 minutes of treatment. So in so doing, the cells become able to take in this water more readily. Yeah, and the absorption rate is improved. All right, last session, some of you heard Dr. Gan and this concept of easy water and so on. So that is further, research on his part, and water forming sheets, so-called hydrophilic sheets, protective layer around our cells and so on. Yeah, so that also will affect our treatment, yeah, borders diseases or whatever, and with free radicals if all the negative ions been released there. Yeah. So again, if you look at this picture here, right, think of a human being for some first-timers here. One person is just like one water molecule, so holding hands together. So that is normal water molecule, or clustering together, group up together. Right. Some devices in the market will say, oh, we also have some of these effects, but actually there are perhaps 5 to 7 molecules. They break up the water molecule to 5 to 7 in a circle. Yeah, for terahertz water after treatment, right, with this device, become a single linear lineup. So all line up in one row. So in so doing, the water easier to enter the cell. Just like think of a person holding a bag, carrying a suitcase going to a room. The room and the door is the water channel, right? Carrying water, carrying the food particles, whatever, and then coming out with all the waste materials. Yeah. So whatever it is, the water come out will be cleaner and purer. Right? So the two laws, all right, as reported by the resonant frequency. So from this terahertz wave, right? Terahertz is actually around 1 terahertz or so, which is 10 about 12, quite high frequency. So we treat the water molecules, and then it will resonate. And then with it comes all the health properties that goes along with it. Yeah. So when body is in this resonance that is healthy, all right, and then we can achieve quite a lot of things with it. Yeah. Of course, like for example, dreams become more lucid. You can remember some of the dreams. And for some drinking for some time. And then the energy for me, like if I go exercise, I feel I have more energy compared to last time. Then the viscosity, right, the stickiness of the water doesn't really stick to your throat, and you can use it to clean, spray on the stove, and the grease will come off quite easily. So yeah. And of course, it's good for our heart also, because of the texture becoming softer, the low viscosity, and so the rate of absorption into our blood vessels is also increased manifold times. And then our so-called the arteries and veins inside the blood, the oil there, the lipids are all cut down. Okay, so also the microcirculation part also improved. So like harder to reach areas like the skin and so on. Like my skin also improved. Cracked nails, you find it all more supple, right? And the hair texture is also smoother after drinking for some time. Yeah. So some of you will say, oh, I don't understand what's meant by lipophilicity. It means the fat content. Yeah. Triglycerides, also all the stored fats around your vessels. Right? So all these will be cut down. Yeah. And then all this will also lead to a prevention of arteriosclerosis. So arteries bursting. Imagine in the brain, the artery bursts. What will happen to you? A stroke, or sometimes a mild stroke even. Yeah? So all this will lead to better information exchange between yourselves, and also the balance of a nervous system. Nervous doesn't mean I'm very jittery, no. It means my brain-hand coordination, yeah, my thinking, yeah, my daily functions, reflex actions, yeah, right, and also immune system. So that means in times of this COVID-19 situation, you drink more of this water regularly, take a few sips in there, you will actually prevent your lung from being infected, yeah, or sore throat, so on, yeah. And the endocrine system, that means your hormonal system improve. Some of you will say, I'm perhaps nearing a certain age, 60s, 70s, menopausal age or post-menopausal and so on. Some of you might be younger and you may have hot flushes or whatever, yeah, or hormonal very strong and then you have breakout in your face and so on. Yeah, so these are due to endocrine system. Yeah. And so also the effect on your blood, red blood cells, all right, after using this water, you can see that just 20 minutes, the red blood cells and the blood cells, blood corpuscles are more dispersed. Yeah. So it's good news for people who have thicker blood, yeah, and who are prone to perhaps mild strokes or whatever, yeah. Even those with high blood pressure. Yeah. So this is again, it must be seen under the microscope. This one will be under the optical microscope. So of course you got to take a blood sample. Yeah. Some of you may know people who are diabetic and just prick and the needle prick the hand, and then you can take it. So antibacterial, some of you would love to eat raw food, yeah, or semi-raw food, beef steak, yeah. It's tender, yeah, it's nice. Or maybe sashimi. You do know that one. There's such a thing called bacteria inside, so E. coli, all of them, yeah. Of course, there might be other parasites too, huh? And then of course, the other slide on fungus, yeah? So Trigophyton rubrum. So this is fungus of the skin. So you may say, anyone suffering with itchy skin, yeah, ringworm and so on, yeah. All this will be after treatment, 3 minutes. You can spray on it, and then the symptoms will be reduced. Of course, you can also use it with your existing medication. Then damage to free radicals, all right, from free radicals, especially from excessive sunlight, smoking, drinking. Some of you may say, I do enjoy an occasional cup of a drink, beer, whatever, right? A glass of wine. Why not? Yeah, but so long as it's not excessive, and then you take care of the body and drink enough of water to counter it. Antioxidation, right, percentage, all right, 75%. Of course, this is a figure, but when you drink it, you'll know. So the overall almost 4 times improvement. And then with all the electronic devices around us, we're all constantly surrounded by all this. Next time with 5G, they said, well, even higher radiation around, right? So it causes a lot of problems with us, with our body. All this radiation can cause cancer, right? Increase in white blood cells, hair loss, bleeding. So all these are radiation sickness. Libido means a drive, sexual drive and so on will be reduced. Right? So especially the ionizing part of things. Yeah? So in short, this water, okay, or once you drink this water, you can spray on your body. Right? This water molecules inside the terahertz water is able to pass through the cell, all right, quickly through all the membranes, water channel, because of this linear line of molecules, and then it's got more energy with it, faster movement of speed, kinetic energy, and so on. And so also that's also the other part of resonating the cells, All right, and of course in the process, a lot of minerals, nutrients will be taken in, oxygen. All right, and less results in less wastage. At the same time, the fats and cholesterol, this will gradually be dissolved away, and the body will be detoxified. Yeah. So besides drinking, we can also spray on. Drinking, it can also help in the body intestinal flora. So some people say, what do you mean by flora? Flower growing in our body? No, it's a balance of the good and bad bacteria in our body. Some of you are into probiotics, right? If you take some of these drinks, it's supposed to help. So by drinking this water also will help. Yeah, in the process, once you clear the system, less constipation, then you improve your sleep quality and also improve memory. The metabolic rate will go up, will become better. So speed out, it's just burning up the fuel more effectively. So you may find I lost some weight. So your BMI or your weight and height ratio will be better, for the better. Okay, and then of course you can also spray on. So some of you may say, how do you spray? You may get one of those spray or your eggs, facial spray, cosmetic bottom, and then you can spray on the part that require the water. Yeah, improve the skin elasticity and also the contour line and so on. Surprisingly, it's quite amazing. But of course, if you are using any medication, do carry on with it. Yeah, and even burns, whatever. So just be aware that when you treat it, don't use water. I mean, a container that is that is metallic, right? Use on ceramic or plastic or glass, whatever. All right. Then after processing, you can also reheat the water, no problem. Then this resonated water, you should drink on time, okay, so that it's fresh and the energy is there. Yeah, of course. According to Dr. Dan, you can keep for months, no problem. Because weeks, no problem, no issue. But for most efficacy, do it as soon as possible. Now, who to avoid? Those people with a pacemaker. Anyone here got knowing people with pacemaker inside? Do not drink it. A major illness, advanced stage, experiencing a major bleeding. Right. Okay, so this you have to be aware. And some of the possible reactions and signs, that means when you first drink it, some of you may say, wow, I got some strong reactions. Dry and thirsty feeling, I still have it, I still drink. It's a signal that I should drink more water. Nausea, snoring, not for me. For me, I find that actually my sinuses are easier to clear out. Yeah? Stuffy nose will clear out. Some of you, maybe initially you will find after the clearing out of your sinuses, sleep apnea, this will improve. Yeah, some people sleep after a while, so you do not know that. Somebody may tell you that, or you record about your snoring pattern. Yeah, flatulence, a lot of gas in your stomach. Yeah, initially, but after a while, if you pass out your waste more completely, then you find that, in fact, after a while, less of the gas stuck in the body. Yeah, defecation and urination, or stronger smell, but that's the initial part, clearing out. Yeah, some of the things might be stuck there for a long time. Yeah? So it's good to clear just a rubbish chute. So sorry, I may have to mute you. Sorry, I'm mute. Okay, so some of these certification by the authorities, the CE, which is stand for Conformite European. So these are all the safety marks. Roche, all right, which is more for the appliances. All right. And then of course FDA, the US Food and Drug Administration. So it's also through them. Yeah. FCC. So again for the satellite and radio communication side of things. So it's approved. enter the US market. And of course, the ISO standard, this one I've heard before, International Standardization Organization, yeah. And, REACH, okay, more for the chemical side of things, the regulation through the European Union, and of course in the China market, because this product is from Shenzhen, yeah, the Chinese National Accreditation Service for Conformity Assessment, and also the China Metrology Accreditation. Yeah. So again, a disclaimer that this is not medicine. If you are currently taking any medication or going through any therapy, please continue to with your medication or therapy until your doctor asks you to stop. But you can drink it together, okay? The effects will be enhanced. So now it's testimony time. And